Get Sports Focus is presented by Dr. Ting, Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Surgery.
It is pandemonium right now. Edwin Wise here with the 2015 CCS Open Division champions, the St. Francis Lancers. Give it up!
Edwin's really good.
Edwin Wise here at AT&T Park, GSF Universe. Happy Valentine's Day. Right now, the Monarchs breaking some hearts.
He's very good.
Edwin Wise here, engulfed in the Red Sea.
Edwin Wise here at the Weights and Bars training facility for another edition of GSF Weekly. Let's take a look at what we got in store this week.
Never seen the ballpark this just calm.
Yeah.
I like it. It's just like hanging out at the park, not the ballpark, but just like it just feels right. Everything about this place just feels right.
All right, so what's going on right now?
Right now we're just watching a little bit of practice.
Yeah.
Getting ready.
Our StubHub seats. I can get, like I said before, I can get used to this.
You can get used to sitting in these things? Well, too bad you're not a normal fan. Too bad you now work for the Giants. But anybody who does get these seats, this is pretty nice.
This is very nice.
Just checking out what they get. We're waiting for our pre-production meeting.
AT&T Park. Fight Hunger Bowl. This is where it's at. I'm very hungry. I'm hungry to get this game started. I'm hungry to see some good football. I'm hungry just to be at AT&T Park. Dream come true.
Edwin Wise here at AT&T Park for the Fight Hunger Bowl between the BYU Cougars and the Washington Huskies. A key play in this quarter, a 16-yard TD pass by Keith Price, giving the Huskies a 12-point lead up to this point. Fourth quarter coming up. It should be a good one.
That was Edwin's first major college game to cover, and for him to be able to go to AT&T Park, it was a huge deal because his family's a big Giants fan, and for him to be on the field and in the dugout, all access, it was just magical for him to be there, and I was really happy for him, and he did a really good job.
Come on, does it get any better than this?
No.
Really? Come on.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't.
It can,
In my
but-
opinion, it does not.
As
Because this is
Giants
very
fans,
great.
as Giants fans, this is where we come, and this is like our sanctuary.
Oh, yeah.
So being
It's the
on
Holy
the
Grail.
field, our office was the dugout, Exhibit A. I got to sit where Krug and Kipe sit in the front row, took notes, watched the whole game as if I was one of themselves. Loved it.
Chilling out in the dugout, standing
Loved
where
it.
Bruce Bochy usually sits.
I
My
know.
goodness, come on now.
Who knows? The greats have played here. I
These
could go
walls
stand in
could
left
talk.
field where
These
Barry
walls
Bonds
could
played.
talk. Yeah. It's
There was
amazing.
World Series games here, okay?
It's 2 titles, man. Come on now.
Edwin Wise here with Washington cornerback Marcus Peters. Now, Marcus, an impressive victory. How do you feel?
Man, it feel good, man.
The thing about Edwin is that what you see is what you get. He doesn't try to be, he doesn't pretend to be somebody else on camera.
Congratulations. Oh, you don't need to be quiet. You need to be amped up. Let's go. Let's go. This is a big win. Come on, keep it up. Keep it up. Congratulations on a huge victory.
Years ago when he was in college, I could tell that he was trying to find his way on what would be his niche. He started to gravitate towards journalism and then eventually sports journalism, mixing something he enjoyed academically with something that he had always loved ever since he was a little boy, that being sports.
Possibly the biggest news to come out of Spartan athletics in over a decade. San Jose State will officially be joining the Mountain West Conference next year. Here's a look at what they...
Seeing him be able to mesh the two in a professional sense brought me great pride.
Get Sports Focus. We're here with Hamilton. And the OE. And the Hawaii. There we go. And Hawaii.
He sucks at pronouncing Polynesian names, but other than that, he's a very talented guy.
We're here with Hamilton on the OE and the Hawaii. And the Hawaii. Hamilton and the Hawaii. Here we go. We're here with Hamilton and the Hawaii. He is the Get Sports Focus playmaker of the game from Sarah High.
Get Sports Focus is a family, all right? Family that knows that sports isn't something that's just isolated to the superstar. It brings in teams, brings in the support of the teams. So it brings in those collective families into one big family. And at GetSportsFocus, we love showing the passion of these student athletes, high school level, college level, and seeing how far they can grow. And you know, as a reporter for them, I love going out to games and seeing, you know, and these kids, they want something more. They want something big to do with their lives, with their talents, and I want to capture that. You know, I want to highlight those moments where they, as kids and their families, can look back like those were great moments in their lives. And you know, as a sports, you know, online magazine, we have an opportunity to, you know, really capture these moments where these kids were never going to experience ever again. It's a blessing to be in this position.
When Edwin started at GetSportsFocus, he was very, I could tell that he's a very active guy. He works out a lot, you know, he runs, he plays sports, and the only thing I could think of when he told me that he was going to start playing in these intramural leagues or this outside leagues was that, you know, man, be careful, don't get hurt.
Feel my NFL dreams. Playing some flag football at good old Spartan Stadium. Got stuck in the turf. Body goes this way, knee stayed right here.
Playing flag football with my brother, and playing defense, going after the quarterback, and making a wrong cut. And next thing you know, pop, there goes my right knee.
When he got injured, the first thing that came to mind was like, you know, hey, I'm gonna take you to Dr. Ting. I mean, Dr. Ting is the best doctor that you can go to when it comes to injury. And I'm glad that he was able to go there.
Been better.
So what's up?
A little sore. Need an MRI. Just thought it'd be a little twisted knee, maybe a sprain.
He was worried. He was nervous, but he was still smiling.
Hearing that it's a potential torn ACL is
Potential.
was not the news I was hoping to hear.
The positive side of him just took over, and you know, I'm glad that he was able to do that because Dr. Ting is one of the best doctors, and if not, he's the best doctor.
I saw, you know, other hospitals, and they didn't necessarily give me that experience that where I felt like, oh, I'm really being taken care of, where they can work around things or put me in a spot where I can just focus on recovering. You know, after actually going to a couple places where they, you know, were unfortunately bringing in so many people that they couldn't handle, or you know, had to put you on that priority list or non-priority list, or I had actually had a couple surgeries be canceled, so I kept having to wait. And Dr. Ting gives me his own personal call, and you know, says, hey, don't let anyone touch you, and you know, we'll take care of you. You know, we'll come in and give you the best treatment you can possibly get and make sure that you get recovered correctly.
The recovery is going to probably be pretty quick.
Nice.
You know, probably in a couple of weeks. But you'll be able to walk on it immediately. This is the worst part, first week, okay?
Okay.
Usually what we like to do is see him immediately, and then, like I thought his ACL might have been torn, but it's difficult to examine with all the swelling and everything, so we want to get an MRI, which we did, and then that kind of clarified the injury.
When I did get hurt, I was also in the midst of pursuing another job, something that was with and involved with the San Francisco Giants.
Beautiful, isn't it? Oh yeah. It's lovely.
you guys will look the part.
Gold one for Saturday.
Oh my god, you just made his day.
Oh my gosh.
Edwin, that might be a freebie for you because I don't know that you're going to be wearing it on the birthday.
Oh, that's right. That's fine by me.
This is great. Thank you so much, guys.
The orange will be for
Oh, sick.
So you won't be wearing the same thing
Okay.
when you toss it to yourself. Wanted you to know that we're excited to have you and welcome.
Yeah. Thanks so much, guys.
I don't think that he necessarily knows what his full potential is, but I think everybody else around him can see that this is only the beginning for him.
It's just be your guys' self. I mean, this is like the opportunity for you to show your personality, really kind of just set the vibe that you guys want the fans to know you.
Yeah.
He's a huge Giants fan, knows so much about baseball and the sport and everything. That is literally the perfect job for him.
Soon after, this is back in mid-February, when I got hurt, just a couple days later, my folks, just my parents, my mom and dad, were heading out to the Philippines, and they were gonna spend vacation there for about 3 weeks.
If possible, we're gonna start some physical therapy. A little nervous about it, but I'm excited. I'm good. What everyone keeps telling me, first week was the toughest, but with every passing day, it's getting closer to getting back to normal. So let's do this.
They didn't know about my injury. Even though my injury happened before they left, they had been looking forward to this trip, going to, my mom and seeing her brothers and sisters and their cousins, nieces, nephews, and my dad loves going there too. They spent so much time there for years. It's a beautiful vacation for them. I don't want to stress them out with something that I don't even really know the severity of, but I can take care of it. A little less than a week before my parents were scheduled to come back, it was March 8th, local time here, early in the morning, and I get a phone call, and it's my sister actually trying to call me around like 7 in the morning, and she said something happened, and in the midst of it, before really getting into specifics, my dad's calling me again, and what happened? What's going on? And he sounds tired, and he tells me, I'm in the hospital, and I guess I had a heart attack, and it hurts. I'm scared. I don't know what's going on, but hey, I'm talking to him, so that's a great sign.
My thought goes to the fact that he's nowhere near being able to see his dad. Or at that time, I didn't even know that he would be able to contact him at all. But thankfully, right after his sister hung up, he gets a phone call from his dad. And his dad's on the phone, and he puts it on speakerphone, and so I got to hear him, and Don was just telling Edwin that, everything's gonna be okay. And the doctors are looking at me now, and they say, I have to have this surgery, but it's not a big deal. Everything's gonna be fine, don't worry about it. And obviously that's what he's supposed to say, but Edwin was very upset, obviously, and just told him that he loved him, and he would talk to him soon.
It wasn't until roughly 6, 8, 7 o'clock in the evening that we finally hear word from my cousin Mark, hearing it on the speakerphone, my sister on the other line, me and my brother, and Kaylee sitting on the couch. Mark, what is it? And he just told us, are you guys all together? Yeah. You guys just need to be strong. When your dad passed away, I immediately just collapsed on the floor.
Seeing Edwin break down just broke my heart. And obviously I met Don and I heard him on the phone just a couple hours earlier. And you never want to hear that. So watching, you know, my best friend go through that, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
The more we learned about his last few days, the more we felt like he knew something was going to happen in a weird way. Whether it was visiting my parents, my grandparents, from my mom's side's gravesite, and him saying to my mom just a few days before having a heart attack that he'd like to be buried next to them because he knew that someday she would love to be buried next to them as well. That they deserved to be together after. And my mom looked at it like, what are you talking about? Let's not, don't say that now. And it was just small things that he would say that he was just so happy that he was there. He's at peace. And I tell you that it's been roughly 3 months since that happened. And I'd like to say it got better. More so just coping with it differently. I mean, how does it get better when he can't come back?
First day of physical therapy, my man. See how this goes.
It's been tough. It feels good to be in that exercising mood again, in a sense. And then they push me, and I'm getting stronger every single day. And it's cool that Dr. Ting never limits himself to just what's happening right now or what has been happening in terms of what's good for patients to get healthy, and starting out this Katsu training, which is very, very cool. And it's helped me exercise even that much more.
This is Katsu. It's Katsu is Ka means additional, and ATSU means pressure. So Katsu in the Japanese language means additional pressure, and we just put it on the upper arm or upper leg, depending on what part of the body we're working on, in order to engage the limb and blood. This leads to a few physiological results. One of them is that the capillaries and veins are actually stressed, which is good. It also leads to a buildup of lactic acid, which then subsequently leads to a secretion of growth hormones, natural growth hormones. So this is the hormonal response that we're looking for because of bands on the arms and legs.
Good. Come on in.
The natural ability for your body to recover and gain that strength and stamina again without putting the wear and tear is great. And I don't know of any other physicians or doctors or anything that are actually involved with this kind of treatment and style. But being around Dr. Ting, I mean, I guess he's always looking for another thing that'll help his patients. And so far so good that everybody's loving it when I'm there. Other patients are seeing, us do it and wanting to be involved with it. And, I feel my body just getting stronger and recovering quicker than I was even hoping for.
How does that feel?
Amazing. Oh, great, actually.
He was going to physical therapy in the morning, and in the evening, afternoon, evening, he would go to the Giants on multiple days during the week. And that's just dedication. I mean, the guy is determined to get better, and when you're determined, if you have that attitude, nothing's gonna stop you.
Getting stronger every day, so Gotta keep pushing myself a little bit.
So Edwin got his job. He started with the Giants right away, and he was still in crutches. And, you know, I don't think anybody really paid attention to that just because of the way they were doing their thing.
Place on the list, obviously, William Mays Plaza.
Oh, you gotta get the Hall of Famer in.
Gotta get the statue
Iconic.
in.
Everybody's going here.
Get your game face.
They were having fun, and I don't think the whole, you know, leg injury was even a problem. And he was moving pretty fast all around the stadium from what I saw, and I thought that was great. It's great to see him progress, and I think, you know, from the beginning it was a struggle.
Working with GetSportsFocus, I mean, learning, even just from the basics to being creative with telling stories, doing features, doing highlights, you know, got me to a point where I'm very confident in what I can do. And being able to see an opportunity online, like, hey, that the Giants are looking for, you know, this new position. They're looking for a spot that can be one of the faces of the people for the franchise. Wow. I just said, hey, I can do that.
We've had to deal with a lot, but at the same time, with the bad comes the good, you know, and seeing him work with the team that my whole family has been cheering for, well, in Edwin's case, his whole life, it brings me comfort to know that while my dad's gone, that was one of the last things he got to experience.
I just wanted to be around. I mean, being at AT&T Park, that's something I'd always do with my family, and spent the entire day looking forward to just being there and knowing that, you know, some of the best players in the world have been here, and, you know, that's me working. That's insane.
Oh, and FYI, they gave me all access. They
That
gave
was a
both of us
bad
all
decision.
access.
That was a bad decision for you.
Worst decision ever. They don't realize how much power they've
Evan's
given
already
me.
just taking it back.
It's great, and the people there are, you know, outstanding to work with, and, you know, that's another family atmosphere, just like GSF has been for me, and, you know, another learning experience where I can grow and, you know, even just learn that much more about myself and how to carry myself and be a better person, because that's something my parents have always, you know, mentioned to me, that you never stop growing, you never stop learning, and you know, no matter what it is, big, small, whether it's 40,000 people around you or one person in front of you, you got to be the best person you are.
You know, my dad wants us to stay humble, and, you know, don't get too full of yourself. So he's going to hold back on the amount of praise that he says, but to see him give that small but clear grin of joy that when he heard that Edwin had got his opportunity, that's going to be one of those things that when I'm old and gray, I'm going to still remember that image. And I'm glad that I have it.